Hello, friends. Happy Thursday. Here we are again. My name's Janna, if you are new to my channel, and welcome to everyone. So, I discovered a new fun fold when I was browsing on Pinterest. Let's put it this way, it's a new to me fun fold. You may or may not have seen it before, but I certainly haven't. And I've been stamping and paper crafting for a really long time. And I thought it looked like a fun card to do. So let's just get to it. Okay, I'm doing mine as a Christmas card today, but you can use this fun fold to create whatever kind of card that you want. I am using the Festive Friends, and today, you guys, is probably going to be my last um, Stampin' Up! Focused video. If you've been with me, then you know that I have said that this month is my, so I'm going to let my Stampin' Up! Like run out. So you have to keep up a monthly minimum. And I have been ordering stuff to kind of stock up on things. I'm going to place another order because we've got free shipping. Free shipping started yesterday, I believe. Yeah, the 10th. And it's like for 3 days, there's a minimum threshold of $75 that you need to meet to get the free shipping. And that is after any rewards that you might use, your total still has to be $75 to get the free shipping. So I'm going to try and take advantage of that. Um, and so I will be taking my, I'm not sure how long they'll leave it up after I go in and say I don't want it anymore, but I'm talking about my online store. So I will be going in and doing that on Sunday. So it might still be up because I don't, when you pay for it, it's for a certain period of time, a month time, but I don't know when that ends. You could still find me by just putting my name in as the demonstrator. So if you wanted to still place an order with me and my account is still active, you could do that just by putting my name in as a demonstrator. Um, when you go to the Stampin' Up! Website. So, but anyway, just to be aware, I'm going to still be doing my videos. I'm just going to be using all kinds of fun products. Not that Stampin' Up's not fun because I'm going to still be using Stampin' Up! Stuff as well, just not going to really be selling it anymore. Okay, so I'm using Festive Friends. You can get this as a bundle, and this is what the dies look like. So you've got this really fun tag in here. See how it cuts out the little kind of diamondy star-shaped hole there, and some really cute little snowflake doodahs and stuff. More little things over here. Plus it cuts out the characters. You've got a fun tree over here, plus this cute little what I call a pencil tree here. And then this is like an extra little tag that you could cut out, or tab, I should say, to put on the top of your tag there, or use it in any other way that you wanted to use it. It does also cut out those little same hole shapes there. Okay, so I'm using that. Let's get to it. I've got all my parts and pieces here. I don't know if this card has a name. This fun fold has a name, but we're going to make it anyway. Okay, so I have pulled out my retired circle dies, which are the layering circles. You can use whatever circles, or you don't even have to use circles. You could use squares for this card, but I'm going to use circles, and I just grabbed a piece of paper that I had in my pack here. And what I am gonna do is take a pencil because I want to make sure that my images fit within my circles. Can they both fit side by side? No, not on this piece of paper. So I've put them with the die cutting part down, and I'm just going to draw a circle because once I cut these out, my pencil line is not going to show. So there is that one. This is not something you have to do. I'm just doing it because I want to make sure that I get my images in the circles, that I've got room for my circles when I go to die cut them. Okay, so there we have that. I'm going to pull in my Misty. And let's see here. These are red rubber cling stamps, so I need to take that piece out. And where's my stamps? Here they are. I'm going to use this adorable, I just think he is so cute, the elf. And I'm going to stamp him in the smaller circle. And Santa, because he's got his little tall hat on, he needed more room, so he's going in the bigger circle. All right. Oh, I've got stuff piled up in front of my ink pads over here. Got it. So I'm grabbing my Memento Tuxedo Black to ink up my stamps with. I hope you guys are having a great day. Ooh, I've been buying some stuff again. So I'm going to be doing a haul video here. Maybe over the weekend. Maybe even tomorrow. We'll see. Got some fun new things. All right, let me ink that one more time. Perfect. Hi, Sue. I watched a haul video, when was it? This morning, actually. And I saw someone, oh, it was Kelly in Idaho. So Kelly, if you are on here watching, it was your video. And she said, I think it was you, Kelly, said, some people don't like haul videos. Well, then just don't watch them, right? I like them because I like to see, okay, because people, what is it that you say when somebody shows something and then you have to have it? That's what happens to me. Enabled. We all enable each other. Yeah, I like haul videos because you know why? Sometimes people find really cool stuff that you haven't found or that you haven't spotted. And it's like, wow, that's pretty cool. I need that. Need that in my stash, whether it's a tool or a new stamp or whatever it might be. Who knows? It could be anything. But you might need it. Need it. Hi, Danita. Craft supply envy, yes, for sure. Okay. There we go. Could cut those apart and run them through my little machine, but it just will be so much faster to run them through my big machine. And I could have colored them first, but I'm just going to go ahead since I've got my dies on here ready to go. You know what? I feel like I need a couple more pieces of... I love this, by the way. Did I tell you I got it at the Daiso store? And if you live around where I live in Newport, Oregon, they have Daiso now in Corvallis by where the old Joann's was, if you haven't found it yet. Ah, okay. And yeah, there's so much on here and it works really good. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. Yes, this is a fun card to make. I'm sticking my little dies over here on this. I showed this once before, but my friend Sue Arneson made this. She made for a few of us using Dollar Tree little acrylic photo frames and then putting a piece of magnet on here. It's just a handy place to it because it stands up. Handy place to stick your dies while you're using them, especially what I love it for is if I'm using teeny tiny dies, you know, the kind that tend to get lost. Yeah. Okay, let me see if I can pull you in a little bit here. There we go. All right, so I've got all these blends. Now, by the way, the other day, I didn't want to haul my great big boxes of blends around. Oh, I didn't, did I pull my skin color? I didn't pull my skin color. Hang on. Yeah, I didn't want to haul my big box. I know you can't really see it, but I have two of these of blends. So I took my two small boxes of Copics that I have. This is SU 800 and SU 700. I'm just seeing if these are the colors I want to use. Ooh, that's pretty dark there. I don't want that one. And I was quite disappointed when I pulled one of them out because I haven't used my Copics all that much and it was completely dried up. I tried both ends, completely dried up. Why did I throw my other one back in here? So SU 900 because I'm busy talking and not paying attention. Okay, so I've got 900 and 800 for my skin. And I think this was the darker one. Was this the darker one? I can't keep track. No, this is. Okay, so The darkest color is 800. You would think the bigger the number, the darker the color. I mean, that's kind of how my mind thinks, but all right. So I'm just going to put a little bit inside of his ears and go around his hairline and like this. And maybe I'll do a little bit in here. Same with the little elfie guy. You guys get bored watching me color? Because if so, I can make sure that I color things, ahead of time. I don't want to bore people. All right, so that's all I'm going to do for that. And I try to, if I'm going to be coloring, not do things that take me a whole long time to color. Why does this color now look darker? Oh well, it will be fine. I think they're just, yeah, this is the lighter one. 900 was the lighter one. When I first looked at this set, I didn't know if I actually liked these little characters that much, but they certainly have grown on me, especially the Elfie. I just think he's so cute. Okay, so I always gravitate to making kind of red hair because both of our boys had red hair. So that's kind of like a dark red, but that's okay. All right, so there's that, and then they need pink cheeks. Daiso is a fun store. The only thing that is hard about it is knowing how much things actually cost, and they give you that little chart to look at, but sometimes it's still hard to figure it out because it's all in Japanese. Oh, you know what? I didn't color his nose. Santa doesn't have a white nose. But I did want to give him a little rosy nose. Okay, there we go. And I was going to do a little bit in here. Okay. Now then, let's do Elfie. And what have I got here? Light granny apple green. So I'm going to do his little top in light granny apple green. The elf, makes me think of the movie Elf, which I've never been a big fan of. What's his name? The guy that's the main character in the movie. Uh, yeah. I don't know. Will Ferrell. I don't know why. I guess because some of his stuff is just too silly, but after I finally watched that movie, it was like, oh my gosh, I just fell in love with that movie. It's so funny. All right, so there's that. And I'm going to make his little pants dark shaded spruce. And his hat. And Santa's gloves. So there's that. And let me just blend in this a little bit. Okie dokie. And then I want, oh, do I want light real red or dark real red? I want dark real red for his band on his hat. Oh, he's so cute. Okay, and then I missed this. I wanted that like that. There we go. And his little gloves. Come on. There's that. Let me see if I can fix my boo-boo because I got, not that anybody's really going to notice it too much. I got a little bit of red in there and I don't like that. Okay. And then I've got brown for his boots or shoes or whatever they are here. And the button on his shirt. There we go with that. And I think I will take my light smoky slate and just go around here a little bit like that. And then I'm just going to blend it back out a little bit so it's not quite so gray. That'll dry, it'll be okay. All right, so he's done. And then Santa. Let's see here. I think I bought myself some new red markers because the ends of these are getting frayed because I've used them so much. I can always use the other end if I don't want to use the brush end until the ink's gone. But when the tip is frayed, it's just too easy to get outside of the lines. which I don't like. I mean, if you're using a technique where you want it to look watercolory and you don't mind getting outside of the lines, that's all fine and good, but because I'm not one of those people that can't do something where you go outside of the lines, but it just depends on what technique you're using. I can just do this and then I can go back over with the brush tip and fill that in. And you know, the way his little suit is here, you can leave that part white if you want it to look like fur, or I just wanted it to look more like it was his top and his pants, I guess. So it just depends on what you want to do. So there's that. And then I've got light basic black for Santa's boots. And I'm not doing any fancy coloring here, as you can see on these small images. But you certainly could get fancy if you wanted to. There's that. And then I'm just going to go in here and do a little bit of that. All right, there we go with that. And there is a color here that I didn't put out. That I kind of like to shade with on white. This is the colorless blender here that I am just going to go in here and kind of blend this, what I just did here. All right, so there's that, and let me grab that other. Oh, that's not it. Hang on. It's Light Pool Party. I just like to kind of shadow in white, and I used the gray on the elf, which is fine, but since I used the gray for his hair and beard, I didn't really want to use it on his hat. Okay, so there's my two little characters ready to go. Now we can start building this card. So I've got a shaded spruce card base. I have a piece of white here for the inside. And that to decorate. And so I am going to stamp on the inside, not that. Hope your season is filled with magic. No, that's not the one I'm going to put on the inside either. Wishing you a Merry Christmas. And this is coming from this retired set, Frosted Gingerbread. Okay, let me go back out here. So there we go. Okay, so from Frosted Gingerbread, I'm using Wishing You a Merry Christmas. And I'm going to stamp this with Real Red. And let me grab this because I'm using a clear stamp. Clear stamps don't have cushions, so you need to have some cushion under your paper. All right, let me see if I can do this without getting ink where I don't want it, since I got some on my block and I think on the edge of my stamp. Yay! Wishing you a Merry Christmas. La 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 la. Okay. Hello, Miss Nancy. Okay, so there's that. And then I have this little piece that matches the paper I'm using, which comes from, now remember, I said you don't need to do this card as Christmas, and you don't need to use the supplies I'm using. This is from my stash. It's retired Mary Bold and Bright Designer Series paper, and it's some fun Christmas paper. Okay, and so I had this little strip, and I thought I would just flag it, or whatever you want to call it. That's what I call it. Let me hold it here, and I think that's a long enough piece. I need some skizzers. Here we go. All right. And then I'm just going to get my scissors in a knot where I can't get them open. Cut a little slice up the middle and go from the side to the middle. There we go. I meant to take the lid off of this and get it situated right, and I forgot because I'm needing to fill my bottle up here. Okay, there we go. I just like to put some kind of a little decoration on the inside. Doesn't have to be much, just something. So there is that. I'm going to go ahead and get that put in here. So this card is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card. And once I am done with this, if you guys know the name of this fun fold, please let me know because I have no idea. Like I said, I spotted this on Pinterest. And I don't think there was a name associated to it as far as what the fold was. All right, so there's that. So now that is ready. And then I went ahead and cut little circles there. Again, I'm using my layering circles. And so they are straight lines and then the little scalloped, and these Should be a staple, I think, with Stampin' Up! Always, but you know, they retired them, geez, a few years ago, I think. But they're a staple in my stash. All right, so I decided to use both red and green here, so I did one red and one green. You know, it's endless what you could do to design, I mean, to make this card. Because like I said, you don't have to use circles. You could also use squares, and you're probably thinking, but we don't even know what the card looks like. What are you talking about? That's because I like to wait till the end and show you. I'm ornery like that. Okay. Okay, so there's that. Here's this. And now for your patterned paper, you do need a piece that starts out as 12 by 12. You are going to leave it this long way here, 12 inches, and you're going to cut it 5¼ inches this way, okay? So you can get 2 of these out of one 12 by 12 piece of paper. And then we are going to make some score lines. So you are going, this is so easy, you guys. Put it on your, whatever you score with, put it in there. Let me get my cutting blade out of the way. You're going to score at 2, 4, 6, maybe this card should be called a 2, 4, 6, 8 card. And you're going to score at 8. So 2, 4, 6, and 8. So easy to remember. Hi, Dawn. Okay. So then starting on the left side, you're going to fold backwards on your first score line, forwards on the next, backward on the next, and forward on the next. Just that simple. And then let's just give these a burnish here. Okay, so then the next step is we're going to glue these, well, here. So we've got this first one. I like to put a little bit of glue along here. It'll make more sense in a minute. And then you can use whatever adhesive you want. You don't have to use liquid glue. I just like it. I like, you know, different glue for different things. Okay, so there is that, and I don't want it to squeeze out the ends here, so I'm not going to do that too forcefully. So there we've got those two flaps glued together, and we're going to do the same thing with these. So there we go with that. So now we have two little flippy flappies here. Nope, it's not a Z fold. I don't know what it's called. All right, so now we are going to attach this to the front of the card. And I'm going to go ahead and use this. I wish I knew the name of this card. And I know it's definitely not brand new. Because when I went and watched how to make it, it seems like it was a couple years ago, the video that I found. So then this is just cut a 1/4 of an inch smaller than our card base. I mean, and that's what it ends up once you've folded it. And of course we cut the length here from top to bottom at 5 1/4. I think I'm getting it on here a little bit crookedy. Come on, Janna. Let's not put it on crookedy. Okay, good enough. All right, so here's what we've got. We've got two little flippy flaps, and there's the inside. All right, so here on this part, what have I got? Oopsie. I have got, okay, I used for my rectangles here the Textured Notes dies. And these are fun because each frame, if you will, has different designs, except for, well, some of them are repeated. And then you've got this long one here that has stitch marks on it, and this one. Yeah, this is a good set of rectangles, Textured Notes dies. And for those of you who might have come in after the beginning, Stampin' Up! Is got free shipping on orders of $75 or more. Started yesterday for 3 days. Okay, so that's gonna go there, but I want to do some more stamping. So let's see here. I'm going to stamp this little tree, and I'm going to stamp Hope Your Season is Filled with Magic. And I got that greeting from, what did I get it from? Oh, right here. The Christmas labels. Hope your season is filled with magic. This is retired. All right, so I need my thing here again. Ugh. And I want real red again. Magic. Oh, I'm going to stamp it over here because I'm going to put that tree on there. And I'm going to stamp the tree with shaded spruce. Is it a video of mine if I don't stick my finger in an ink pad at least once? No, it's not. All right. And I'm just going to stamp this adorable little pencil tree right here. Cute. Okay. Now I have cut Don't want to get ink. Let me get a wipe. Oh, and I got green ink on my brand new painted fingernails. I just had them done this morning. Okay. Okay, so I cut a piece of real red out using another one of those. Can you see the cute stitching? All right, so I don't need this now, I don't think. Okay, so then this is going to go in here. So again, that pattern paper, if you missed it, is 12 inches by 5 1/4, and then you score it at 2, 4, 6, and 8 to get this, and then you glue the two little flaps closed there. Okay. There's that. Okay, let's bring Santa and the elf back here. And I want to grab one of my, oh, before I do that, let me stamp this. I'm stamping Santa's coming to town. And let's see, I'm going to stamp that in red. Santa Claus is coming to town. My mom used to sing that when I was a kid, but she would sing the part about being naughty. I'm guessing if I was whining or something, that's probably when she would start singing that to me. Okay. Oh, I've got my little double oval punch. Another one from my stash because it is retired. Can I move up a little bit here? Okay, I don't really have room for the little scalloped part, which would be really cute behind it, but that's too narrow to fit where I want it. So instead, I'm just going to edge it with my shaded spruce. Just a trick you can use. Oh, the other thing you could do is cut another one with shaded spruce, cut it in half. Your shaded spruce, forget it, spruce piece, cut that in half and then just have it peek out on either end. You could do that too. But I'm just going to edge it. Words are just so hard sometimes, aren't they? Okay, here we are. Made it all the way around. Which die set, Dawn? Oh yeah, the rectangles, yes. Inky fingers mean you're having fun. I am having fun. This is a fun card. Okay, so that's ready now. Let's attach Santa first. So we have our two little flippy flappies. I'm going to attach Santa And you can have it stick out as far as you want it to stick out. I think I'm going to have it stick out to the edge of my red piece there. So I'm kind of trying to line up my little scallops, sort of. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to touch this scallop right here with my finger, so I know where to not put the glue past. Okay, so I'm just going to draw a line with my glue. And now this is why I need my little silicone mat, or if you don't have one, you can use a piece of paper or something, because you don't want to get glue on the one behind. And let me see, right there is where no, I didn't quite get it over to where I wanted it, but that's okay. Let me see how I'm doing on the back here. Want to make sure that I don't have any glue that's going to glue to my piece behind. So there's that. Use my mat again, and we'll bring in Mr. Elfie and do the same thing. So, okay. And now my circles are going to overlap a little bit. You know, it just depends on what you're using, the size of your circles or squares or whatever it is you might have. You can make them so they overlap a little bit or not overlap, you know, whatever your preference is, or, you know, how you think you like it to look. I did not mind that mine are overlapping a little bit. Okay, so I did kind of want my circles to be semi-even over here, but they don't have to be even either. You know, I mean, one could be over that way and okay, so I don't have any glue hanging out the back there. So that's good. So there's that. And then I'm going to pop up my little Santa's coming to town. So have any of you figured out what the name of this fun fold is yet? Because I don't know what the name is. Not that it has to have a name, but it's easier to know what you're doing, you know, if you want to make this card, or to look up what other people, you know, have done using this card. Okay, so there's that. And now I've got some embellishment. Oh yeah, I do. I knew I did. I've got these fun traditional sparkling sequins because I like a little bling. And I am going to put one of these green ones here. Oopsie. I like that these colors match with the light colors in here. And then I'm going to do a red one over here, maybe here, and then the bigger one, there's 3 sizes on here. I'm going to do it right down there like that. So I've got my sorted triangle shape and my 3 rind or sequins. So Oh, but you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to put a gold one uh, on top of my little pencil tree here. Cute. Okay, so here we have it. What a fun card, and people will be like, wow. And it's not, doesn't take long to make. It's so easy. Santa's coming to town. And there he is. Hope your season is filled with magic. Wishing you a Merry Christmas. How fun is that, you guys? So yeah, I have no idea what this card is called, but I love it. I will be making more of it. So cute. And look, I have another one. But this one I did with the real red card base, so I just switched them up. Just switched them up. So there we've got that. And there we have that. And then I had a long piece of that one left, so I ran it all the way down and I just did the little flag on there. Cute. I love this card. And you could just use it for any occasion, birthdays, whatever. Make it however you want to make it. I'm certainly going to be keeping this design in my mind to make more of. 2468 cards Patty Bennett has made. So they really are called, hi Diane, they really are called 2468. I did not know that. Since you scored them that's what I said. You could call them 2468 cards. That is too funny. Patty, I like watching her. Okay, well now, if that's what they're called, makes sense. It's just easy to remember that that's how you score that. Yeah, I had never seen these. I don't ever remember seeing these before. I spotted it on Pinterest, and they had used the bird's eye view stamp set with on the one I saw. And I thought they were so cute. But I wanted to do Christmas, so these little guys fit on there pretty well. So I thought that worked. All right, we are still reading from the Little Book of Zen. It's story time. And I will read a few more pages out of here. The angry man will defeat himself in battle as well as in life. Every moment of life is the last. Every poem is a death poem. Well, that is not fun. To Zen, time and eternity are one. A person who says, I'm enlightened, probably isn't. The stopping of becoming is nirvana. Ooh, that's pretty. The bird in a forest can perch but on one bough, and this should be the wise man's pattern. All right, we'll stop with that one. Short and sweet today. 2468 card. Now we know. I love it. Thanks so much for joining me today, you guys. I hope that you liked seeing this card, and we'll give it a try. And I hope you have a great weekend ahead. Kelly, have you been on here the whole time? You heard me talking about, or, well, if you have, then you know. I was saying I watched your video this morning, your haul video, and you were saying that some people don't like haul videos. What's the matter with them? I like haul videos, and I'm going to be doing one maybe tomorrow, if not tomorrow, sometime over the weekend, but I'm thinking tomorrow. And Kelly, I have been busy creating snow people. So, with the gingerbread stamp. So I will be showing that probably for my Saturday morning makes. You inspired me, and yeah, I got busy on that. So I haven't finished the cards, but I have my little snow people done. So cute. All right, you guys, thanks for being here. Have a fabulous weekend. I hope you get to be crafty among all the plans of holiday stuff, and I will see you again in my next video. Thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.